So, guys, welcome back to my channel all about cricket. What a game we had! What a game we had! It had its ups, it had its downs when the weather wasn't suitable and the play had to be called off. But what a game! The reserve day, which the ICC had in place, proved to be the most important day in this test match. It was day 6 for the first time in the history of test cricket, right? So let's see how it panned out. New Zealand, the good boys of international cricket, at last won an ICC tournament. They qualified for semi-finals, they qualified for finals so many times in the recent past, but they failed to cross the final hurdle. But not this time. To guide them through, it was Captain Kane Williamson and the veteran Ross Taylor, the two most appropriate men to carry them through, right? So let's see how the day panned out when it all started. So it all started with India resuming their second day with Kohli and Pujara at the crease. And guess what? It was again Kyle Jamieson who provided the much needed breakthroughs and almost turned the game on its head when it dismissed both Pujara and Kohli back to back. As he did in the first innings, he again made the most impact from what I think in the second innings too. There was a time when Rishabh Pant was batting and India were looking, that they would give New Zealand a total of approximately 170 to chase. But then it's Rishabh Pant, as we know, just slashing, driving, and that one shot that I think he would regret playing was the one in which he got out, right? There were so many things expected from the Indian batting lineup today, that because of the better playing conditions, the sun was out, and probably for the first time in this test match, the conditions was apt for the batting team. However, the New Zealand bowlers bowled well. If we talk about the New Zealand bowlers here, apart from Kyle Jamieson, who is just 5 or 6 test matches old, all the 3 other bowlers, their main bowlers, which is Saudi, Bolt, Wagner, all have got more than 200 wickets, 200 test wickets. When was the last time a team who played a test match had 3 of their frontline seamers having more than 200 test wickets? Probably we can go back to the Australian team of the late 2000s when McGrath, Gillespie and Brett Lee were there, right? So this was probably the first time in this decade, I would say, that this happened. Indian bowlers, I think it really showed today that the lack of match practice did hamper them as compared to the New Zealand bowlers. The New Zealand team have already been in England for almost a month now, when they played England for the 2 test matches. And guess what? The man of the match in the second test match between New Zealand and England was not even playing this match, Matt Henry. So in case if we have to look at the depth even of the New Zealand bowling lineup, we know that it has got better depth than the Indian bowling. From the Indian bowling perspective, they haven't played test matches for quite a while. They haven't played international cricket for a while, except those T20 tournament where they just bowl 4 overs, or the one day where they just bowl 10 overs. Here you have to stick to a line length, you have to bowl longer spells, you have to bowl at least 20 overs in the whole day, which takes a toll on you, right? I think Indian bowlers were suffering from that. They bowled yesterday, they bowled today as well. So this is where I think New Zealand tipped the scales towards their favor. Also, along with that, they were better equipped to the conditions. India, having just played one warm-up game, and that to an intra-squad game, they didn't get any proper practice match to, you know, to get adapted to these conditions. They were here in 2018, and almost all the all the playing 11 players who were playing in the 11 did tour that time, except I would say Shubman Gill. I'm talking about the ones who were in the playing 11. When we talk about the results of a cricket match, there are so many ifs and buts. What if this would have happened? What if that would have happened? This happened, but what if in case that was there? For example, Shubman Gill, he hasn't been performing well, except that one single knock that he played in Australia. Was Mayank Agarwal a better choice? India played with two spinners, right? Looking into the Southampton conditions, England conditions that had prevailed for almost 3-4 days prior to that test match, okay, it did suggest that the seamers will be getting more help. So did India miss a trick by playing two spinners, Ashwin and Jadeja? What if Mohammad Siraj had played instead of Jadeja? What if Bhuvaneshwar Kumar could have been selected for this tour? He will be playing the series against Sri Lanka, but what if he could have been included just for this final test match? We all know that he swings the ball better than any other Indian bowler as of now, and the conditions were apt for the swing. And we did see the difference between the swing that the Indian bowlers got as compared to what the New Zealand bowlers got. Trent Boult, Tim Southee, they are all swing bowlers. Kyle Jamieson, the new guy on the block. So let's see how how the scorecard looked at the end of the test match. India first innings 217 with Jamieson picking up 5, Rahane top scoring with 49, New Zealand getting a valuable 32-run lead, and Conway getting 54, Kane Williamson getting 49. But from my perspective, the two knocks that really made the difference, that gave momentum to the New Zealand first innings, was the one from Kyle Jamieson, and the other one was of Tim Southee's. They were the ones who really gave the team the momentum that they needed and the total that they finished on. Shami bowled well, picking up 4. Ishant was, at the batsman all the time, picking up 3. India 170. What if it could have been, 190 or 200? What if Pant could have played a little more? What if Kohli or Rahane or Pujara could have stayed a bit longer? Ifs and buts. And Southee and Boult picking 4 and 3 wickets respectively. They just broke the Indian middle order and the top order. New Zealand 140 for 2, and the two men at the crease were the veterans Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor. As I said, the two most apt men who could have been at the crease were there at the crease when the match ended. The 2 wickets went to Ashwin, as you see that none of the Indian pacers claimed a single wicket in the second innings. So this is where the difference came. This is where getting adapted to the conditions came in. Kyle Jamieson 5 for 31 in the first innings, 2 for 30 in the second innings, and that valuable 21 in the first innings. From my perspective, that made all the difference in this test match. He didn't score much. He just scored 21, but the balls he took was 16. He gave the innings the momentum that Southee then carried on, hitting a couple of sixes. So all in all, we were expecting that the game was heading for a draw when play ended tomorrow, because that's what the predictometer suggested. But wow, cricket is a game of uncertainties. Especially, we just can't predict the English weather, where the the weather changes, you get swing all of a sudden, and the results that you don't expect come to the forefront, and that's exactly what happened. It's been quite some time for India that they haven't won an ICC tournament. The last that they won was under Mahendra Singh Dhoni's captaincy in 2013. They failed in the semi-finals of both the World Cups, the ODI World Cups in 15 and 19. They failed to cross the final hurdle in T20 World Cup 2014. They lost in the semis in 2016. They lost the final of Champions Trophy in 2017. And now it's the same story that is getting carried forward to the test matches. So guys, that's what we have for today. In the next videos, we will talk about where exactly does India fail, and how we'll look at certain numbers, why why India hasn't been able to win any ICC tournaments for the past 8 years now. They tried, but they failed in the final or the semi-final hurdles. We will talk about that and much more in our next episodes. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and yes, if you like the content, if you like my videos, please subscribe, share, and push the notification bell icon so that you get the updates on the latest videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.